Hello, hey, this is Des. Welcome to the book of Des, the journey of self-love, business, and creativity. And today we are going to go more into the self-love aspect. Y'all, I have news. So let me tell you where I am in my life, because this section, of course, is about self-love. I'm talking to y'all about self-love. And self-love, if you didn't know, like if you don't know what self-love is, I have a video that talks all about it. It literally says, the question is, what is self-love? So I explained to you what self-love is while I'm taking out my natural hair and curling it, and I'm trying to get comfortable with my natural hair. Like growing up, my parents or my mom, like she gave me perms. I grew up with perms. My hair broke out. Then I got braids. Then I went to Hampton, and I didn't have time to take care of my natural hair, to be honest. So I got weave, and then I graduated college, and I'm like, okay, maybe I have time to take care of it a little bit more. So let's figure this out. So hence why I'm taking my natural hair, trying to get something going with it. So I'm probably gonna pick it out a little bit. I got me a pick. The last video, I end up using this, which is the broken comb, because I couldn't find my other comb, which is this one. This is a strong comb. Anybody that needs looking for a comb, it's a good comb. Dollar store, beauty shop, maybe even TJ Maxx. Get these combs. For natural hair like this, you need strong combs. You don't need weak combs like this. This ain't gonna do it. You see it broke. In a pick with the fist. Okay, anyway. Self-love, right? So good news. Self-love is pretty much understanding who you are and learning how to be a better you. That's like the simple way to put it, right? And today, y'all, I have news. I am going on a date. Yep, I'm going on a date. So I'm going on a date because I am open to getting to know a male. I am heterosexual. I love males, and I believe and I see myself, and I would like to get into a relationship with the hopes of marriage. Like, I'm intentional, so I'm an intentional dater. So I'm trying to see what's out there, what's going on. So I'm going to talk to y'all about some questions that I feel like that are important to ask, especially when you are on your journey of self-love, while also like you kind of pretty much like have low-key fall in love with yourself to the point where you're open to being around someone of the opposite sex or someone that you plan on being with. I believe that when you're around other people, you can easily be influenced. So when you're looking to be in a relationship, or you are looking to, this is what I believe, when you're looking to grow and be with someone, like, I believe it's important to be whole with yourself, or at least love yourself enough to understand who you are before you decide to be with someone else, because you don't want to get influenced a certain way that would allow you to either block your morals or block your values, or have to give up or sacrifice your morals for someone that probably shouldn't be with you to begin with. And I learned that. In high school. Clearly I didn't learn it good enough, and then I learned it in college. And then now that I'm graduated from high school and college, and I'm a business owner, and I'm still trying to, get my life in order, figure things out. Like, I'm at a pivotal point where I want to make sure that whoever is in my life, like, they mean well, and they won't take me down a path that I don't need to go on, and I don't need a distraction. I need a cheerleader. Like, let's be honest. I need someone that's going to be there for me, rooting for me, not to like stress me out or hinder me. Like, I mean, everyone's going to stress you out in some type of way, but you know what I mean? So with that being said, let me go ahead and pick this out a little bit. We're going to pick this out. So let me tell y'all, when it comes to dating, right? when it comes to dating and trying to find out if this is a person that, could be a good guy or a good female or whoever you plan on talking to, whatever. These are the questions that I'm going to ask, all right? And whether you ask them or not, it's up to you. But I feel like these are very important questions to ask, especially if you want to take a relationship serious, because I do. I take relationships very seriously. Even my friendships, I take my friendships seriously too, because I truly believe in the power of community. And, being an entrepreneur and a recent grad, we just trying to figure things out. And there's so much that we go through just because we're still considered young in the real world. But then we're also considered smart in certain areas. I'm smart when it comes to certain things about skill set of video compared to people that might not. I have certain things that some people, anyway. So these are my questions. First question, what are your goals in the next 5 years? So let me go ahead and start putting on some type of makeup. I say this, what are your goals in the next 5 years? The reason why I say 5 years is because, believe it or not, 5 years can go by fairly quickly. I still can't believe that I've graduated college. It's crazy. Now, yes, I'm doing this to my eyebrows. No, I don't have a little brush thingy. So, yes, I do look a little freaking crazy, but it's gonna make us look at that. Wow. Anyway, so put a little concealer on it just to kind of keep it even. No, I ain't got a brush. See, again, makeup, all that stuff is new to me, but I feel like, again, this is me putting myself out here talking to y'all about relationships and about self-love, not relationships, self-love. So yes, 5 years. I say, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because 5 years can go by really quickly. And when it comes to goals, you want to make sure they even have goals of what they want to do, because you don't want to have somebody that's out here wandering, trying to figure out what they want to do with their life, especially if you're a person who already knows what they want to do with their life. I already know what I want to do with my life. I already know where I see myself going. I already know what I want to do. Now it's just a matter of finding someone or being with somebody who either is kind of aligned with where I'm headed, or they're willing to just be there for me while I'm going on my journey. Because when you are in a relationship, or when you do plan on being with somebody, it's not I believe you got one whole person, another whole person. Even Michael Todd talked about that in Relationship Goals. Definitely suggest a series to look at. Michael Todd, Relationship Goals, Transformation Church. Very, very good series. You even got a book, Relationship Goals. Who are you as single? Where are you going? What are you trying to do? So that's the first question. You want to make sure that they have goals. How are you supposed to know? If they ain't got no goals, that means you could potentially either be helping them with their goals, but that'll take away from you trying to do your goals. You know what I mean? And you don't want somebody that's going to be draining in your life. You want somebody that's going to be fulfilled, or wanting to fulfill themselves, so that way they can fulfill you. So yes, that's one thing. The next question, what are your goals in the next 10 years? So, all right, we got 5 years, right? Oh, hold on. Actually, I got this Pore Professional Pearl Primer. We're going to put that on my face. So, all right, so you got goals in 5 years, right? So now the question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? So after 10 years, that's a whole decade, right? So when you're in a whole decade, obviously your 10-year goals and your 5-year goals may not be the same. And of course, when it comes to those goals, if they have 10-year goals, that's even better, because that means that they're on a mission to get what they got to do done. While at the same time, you get to see, again, do they have forethought or foresight into what they want to do even after 5 years. So 5-year plan, 10-year plan. Of course, things never really go to plan, but if you at least make an attempt to plan, then you are more likely to get what you want out of life when you have goals. So let's find people that have goals, shall we? So those are 2 questions, all right? Next question. Oop, drop my brush. I know this ain't a brush. I dropped something else. Okay. Next question that I'm going to ask. What do you know you need to improve on as a man? That's something that I'm going to ask them. Ask him. What do you know is something that you want to improve on as a man? Because there's a lot of men in this age who are between the ages of maybe 21, maybe 18 and 25. Like I'm currently 25 years old. Okay, let's put that out there. I know I look 12, maybe even 18. I'll take it. But again, I'm a recent graduate from college. I'm a Sagittarius, born December 18th. I talk more about who I am in another video. It literally says all about me. So you get to know literally all about me. So again, with that being said, like when it comes to what is it that you know that you need to improve on, everybody needs improvement. And when it comes to self-love, it requires self-awareness. So this question can help you see if they have self-awareness and do they know themselves enough to admit their shortcomings and what they would like to improve on. So that way you can see, or like you kind of have an insight as to what it is that, you know, they're all about without necessarily knowing everything. And let's see, what am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do this. This is gold. We're gonna do a gold, something gold. This is some type of palette. I don't even know the name of the palette. It looks kind of raggedy. It's very raggedy, but it's very potent. This is Nika K, New York. Nika K palette makeup set, Perfect 9 AP018. This is the back of it in case y'all want to see it. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, trying to figure out, like, you know, what is it that you need to improve on, or what is it that you know for sure that you'd like to work on as a man? Because there's one thing to say, yeah, I'll do it, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but at the same time, are they willing to be transparent? A little bit of transparency, not too transparent, but you know. And the same thing for you. Like, make sure, like, do you know the answer to your question? If they were to ask you, like, what is it about you that you feel like you need to improve on? And this also requires self-love and self-awareness, because I know for me, one thing that I know that I probably should do better with in terms of improvement is, let's see, when it comes to improving myself, definitely being more intentional, and also being mindful of how I word things, because I'm a very blunt person. I'm very, very blunt. I'm very, like, straight to the point. And, you know, not a lot of people can handle that. I'm starting to understand. So there's a time and a place to say certain things. And sometimes it's just best to be quiet. It is. It really is. It's just best to be quiet. And just knowing, like, the power of silence is a beautiful thing, because you never know. Like, just being open to listening, you know. Like, one of my intentions last year, like, I made a goal for myself last year, was to be a better listener, you know. And I feel like now, you know, I'd say I've definitely come a long way in terms of listening. So, you know, I'm proud of myself. Let's see. So yeah, so that's another one. What do you want to improve on as a man or as a woman? It's a good question to ask, to showcase if they're even willing to want to improve anything. Like, if they say, oh, I don't know, you know, then that means that there's just a certain level of them that they haven't looked at yet, or there's a certain level to them that requires a little bit more thought, and that they probably haven't even thought about that question at all, because maybe they didn't think they need to improve anything, but that's not true. So, you know, another question just to think about. Let's see. What is it that you have to offer in a relationship? what is it that you have to offer? Like who, like why, you know? Like there's a lot of people, and this is the thing. I hear me, let me tell you why I asked this question. So the question was, what is it that you have to offer in a relationship? Because here's the thing, all right? When it comes to self-love, it also involves confidence, okay? Confidence. And knowing that you're valuable, you know? I know what I can bring to the table, okay? Like I am the table. Let's not forget that. So I have a table, and the person that I want to be with, let's hope that they have a table, you know? So that way, either we can build a new table together, or we can put our tables together and make something great. So in that term, in that like sense, what is it that you have to offer to bring to the table that is like can help progress you, and also potentially help with progressing them? Because I believe in working as a team. This makeup looks a little crazy, but look, again, like makeup is not my thing, but talking about self-love and all that is. So I'm figuring it out. I'm literally figuring this out. Do I look crazy? Honestly, I don't know, but I'm just happy to talk to people and just be here. You know, I just want to be here. I just want to be great. So that's one thing. You know, what is it that you can bring to the table? Got a little red in there. Look at that. Got a little red in the corner. I'm gonna add a little red. What is it that you can bring to the table? That's a great question to ask. And again, when you're dating or when you want to date somebody, like be intentional. Like I'm intentionally dating people because I want to get married. I do. But I also have to make sure that I ask the right questions to see, you know, are we even compatible to take it to the next level? Are we even compatible to even, would I be even willing to want to take what we have to the next level? Like in terms of dating, not in terms of a relationship, but in terms of just, you know, getting to know them. Because recently I went on a date with somebody and they were like, you know, you're my dream girl. I always wanted to be with you. And, you know, I was just nervous and I didn't know like what to say or do, but I'll always try to make sure that I'm there for you and I'll do what I can and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm not like, I used to be like, wow, that's so beautiful. No, because here's the thing. It is the easiest thing in the world to talk about what you're going to do. Anyone can talk about what they want to do. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like, it's easy to talk to y'all because I'm talking to a screen right now, but I know my people are out there listening. And at the end of the day, for a person you're interested in, it's not about words. It's about action. It's action. Action. Like, let me see. So after we went on that date, I was like, all right, let me see. He was cordial. He opened the door for me. You know, he was there. Like, he reached out to see how I was doing every now and then. Not really as much, honestly, because I'm big on communication. Like, check up on me, see how I'm doing. Because if you want to be in my life, then you gotta be in my life. You know what I mean? And I know when we're dating, like, I know I'm not a priority, but my thing is, if a guy is preaching to you about, oh my God, I want to be there, and they're not even checking up and reaching out to you at least once a day, like, they don't mean it. And then not only that, like, the person that said all this, they reached out to me and text me, what you doing? Like, WYD. The worst thing you can send. What you doing? Call me. Don't call me. And then you text me that at 12 midnight, not at 1 in the afternoon. And then you don't text me in the morning, hey, good morning, how you doing? Like, you probably like text me at 1 a.m. and then maybe like 9 p.m. And by that point, I'm in bed because I have work and I got other stuff I got to do. So I texted him, I was like, hey, I'm more on like communication. Like I'm usually not free during the time you reach out to me. So like I'm free like sometime in the afternoon. Like let's chat then. Never did it. Just did the same thing. I was like, oh, okay. So that's one. Again, this is dating. This isn't a relationship. And then mind you, he told me, oh yeah, I want to be in a relationship with you. Like while he was like, you're my dream girl. Let's be in a relationship. I was like, oh, all right. All right. So I was like, all right, I'll be your girlfriend. Don't do that. Don't do that. Give it time. Give it time. Because in most cases, it's like, why do you want to be in a relationship so fast? What is it? What is it? Something else? So I was like, you know what? I don't think we should be girlfriend, boyfriend right now. I feel like this is a little too rushed. Like I explained, I was like, I think this is a little too rushed. Like, we know each other, but like this person, I've only like we were cool for maybe like a year or so, but as friends, not as like relationship. So I need to take the time to date him and get to know him on that type of level, not as friends. And that's a different type of vibe. Like, you know what I mean? So when I told him that, like, he got offended. He's like, what? And then it's like he kind of shut down and shut me out. And that was red flag number 2, because at the end of the day, if you can't even have a conversation with somebody when it comes to certain decisions that another person makes, what does that say about you? Why can't you be open to listening and communicating how you feel rather than just not respond? You know? And so I'm at a point in my life where it's like, I'm not about to call you and like, why didn't you text me back? What's going on? I'm like, okay. So he was like, he reached out to me the other day and he was like, I'm sorry. You're that just hurt me. I was crushed. I was like, crushed? We've only been talking for like a week. What are you talking about? So again, you got to be careful for people like that, because at the end of the day, like, again, when you have self-awareness, you're able to see these things like, you're coming off a bit strong for me right now. And especially like when I'm at a point of I'm trying to grow as a person, like I don't want to be like dependent on a guy, like I'm not in that position. I have my own business. I'm doing my own thing. So why would I need to like, this is an extra thing. So like I'm not that type of person that needs someone. Like I'm good. We're cool. So after that, he reached out again and was like, I'm sorry, like let's go out. Let's go out, let's do something. I was like, all right. So I think we were supposed to hang out, and then the last red flag happened. All right, y'all ready? So we were supposed to hang out and go to like Juicy Crab or something. And again, I told him, like, we're going back to dating. Like, this isn't a relationship. Like, this isn't something we need to rush into. And honestly and truly, if they're rushing into a relationship, like, that should have been like, I shouldn't have been talking to them no way, no how anyway, because that's not something I wanted. And even in the beginning, when I was like, you know what, I'll try this out, having the ability to take a step back and like be like, I'm self-aware, like, you know what, I haven't had the chance to really be on my own and do my own thing. So rather than just succumb to a relationship right now, especially when I'm just now kind of getting myself together, paying my own bills, paying my own rent, like doing my own thing, like this is the first time I'm really stepping out as a woman, as an individual. So I don't need to be like consumed by another guy that like with already have certain expectations, because that's what it felt like when I was talking with them. Like they did videos, like they were a videographer, so they did like dance videos and like the raunchy dance videos, right? And like he was like, I want to see you dance, and I'm just like, ooh, that's not me. I don't do that. That's not my thing. So again, you have to be mindful and listen to what they're saying, because in most cases they're telling you everything about who they are without even telling you who they are. But if you lack the self-awareness of who you are and the self-love of who you are, You won't be able to see this early. I saw it early. So again, the last red flag, let me tell you, I gotta put these lashes on. Oof, that's about to be another story. Put these lashes on, Jesus. So, all right, so let me tell you what happened, bro. So he calls and we're about to set up, the next date or whatever. I'm asking about time and whatever. And he literally just says, I just want to lick your face. And I'm just like, that's not appropriate. That's not, I'm not that. I don't like that. Like, I don't like that because one, we are not intimate. I'm still trying to get to know you and I'm not comfortable with you saying that to me. Like, I don't like that at all. And we're not in that place of intimacy. Y'all want to know what this man did? He hung up on me. And I was like, this man hung up on me? So at that point, I was like, I definitely should have, you know what, I'm not going to call back. I'm good. I was like, no, let me call him back. Maybe it was like a little, like, maybe the phone dropped. Called him back twice. Didn't answer. So at that moment, I took a moment, and I was like, Desiree, where are you at in your life? You're headed to, you just got a job offer. You're paying all your bills. You're doing pretty good. Clients are rolling in and you have work you got to get done. So the fact that this man hung up on me, no response, and he's already kind of already just not, already had a couple red flags. It's like, I think I'm good. So what I did after that last call, he didn't answer. I left a voicemail. I was like, thank you so much for the opportunity to allow me to see who you are. I don't think there's any need for you to contact me anymore. Like, you don't have to worry about that. And I wish you all the best, because at the end of the day, like, if you, again, he said, I want to lick your face. He said that to me. He said, I want to lick your face. And I told him that is inappropriate. And he got mad for me calling him out on his inappropriateness and hung up the phone. At that moment in time, I'm good. Because at the end of the day, if you can't even respect a woman and her opinion of a situation and calling you out on some like disgusting, like rude, you can't even handle that, you don't need to be together. You don't need to be together, because I'm not the type of person that's going to continue to take that type of disrespect. And I'm not going to ask you to respect me. It's not even a question. So again, this man, when we first started talking, was like, oh my God, I want to be with you. I want to be with you. And you're my dream girl and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, he showed me who he was without telling me. And all the words that he told me in the beginning didn't matter, because he showed me better than he told me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you are able to maneuver through the BS. Because, like it or not, there will be people that will try to BS you in the beginning. But you have to love yourself enough to recognize who is just talking the talk rather than walking the walk. So again, all this that I'm saying, I did not like, this isn't something that I was just like, I had to literally, before I even started dating this guy or even try and make an attempt to date this guy, like, I was single to the point where I was working on Desiree Jones. I was getting to know Desiree Jones. I was getting to know, what is she like? What is she not like? What does she tolerate? What does she not tolerate? Let's take her out on a date. Let's take her. How do you feel today? All that stuff. And so because I was so in tune with myself, and because I was reading books about, the expectations of like being a woman and, a woman's value, a woman's worth, like I was really just pouring into myself. My body, my soul was not going to allow somebody to disrespect me. It's not going to happen. So With that being said, there's like, be mindful of who you want in your life or who you see in your life, but then also be mindful of what you want out of your life as well. And again, I'm very intentional, and I believe in communication, and I believe in, you know, being true to who you are regardless of if it makes them uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, you should respect my values and my opinions. If you want to be the dream person for me, then you don't want to find yourself with a person that claims to be the dream guy or girl for you, and it ends up being a nightmare. So I ended up getting the effects of the subtle appetizer effect of a nightmare without actually experiencing the nightmare. So yeah, that was my story of my last date. Y'all, these lashes, I am not like, these lashes really be getting me. I'm really not good at, like, y'all, hold on, this one's probably gonna be good though, we'll see. We gonna see. But like, if y'all have ever experienced that, please talk about it in the comments, because I've found out that there's a lot of people that have felt or seen the signs early. And you know, there was a point in my life where I saw the signs early. I sure did. I saw the signs early and I did not acknowledge it. And the reason why I'd acknowledge it is because I wasn't personally aware of like myself enough to, like, I didn't care enough about myself to walk away. That's real. I did not care about myself enough to walk away. And I was also in a dependent mode to the point where I felt like I needed to be around somebody. I wanted to be around somebody just for the hope of being with somebody, you know? I'm a hopeless romantic at heart, and that also could be a downfall in the sense, because you know, you wish that somebody would be there for you the same way you're there for them. And growing up, when I was in high school and even in college, like, I was there for a lot of guys. Just like, not even like that, y'all know, but I was there for a lot of guys, and even friends, and they weren't really there for me the same way I was there for them. Um, for mostly for guys though. This is in the span of 4 years, not all in the same year. So I honestly and truly, what changed with was my outlook on life. Because the thing is, if you know who you are before you meet people, it'll be easier to decipher who deserves to be in your life compared to, you know, who is just gonna flounder in your life and just mess stuff up. And in most cases, when I was in college and high school, like, it was on me. It was on me. It was on me. Like, and I feel like as women, especially black women, I'm sorry to say it, especially young black women, like people, young black girls, like probably I'm gonna say like 17 to like 20, 24, like between 17 and 24, like those are the years where we're starting to like figure out who we are, but also like we're still like oblivious or gullible, or you know, just kind of not as self-aware. And I challenge everybody that's in that age group to really be more self-aware, so you can maneuver through a lot of and guys too, work on self-awareness and work on being a better you, because the better you are as a person, the better and the likely you're able to attract people that are better for you as well. So if you're not doing the work to better yourself, you'll find yourself with people who haven't bettered themselves either, and they tend to project their insecurities, they project their negative thoughts, and if you sleep with them, they also will become like consume your mind, your thoughts, and you'll start to act like them, and you won't even realize you're acting like them until it's like over and you'll have a whole soul tie. Like, I'm saying this because I have went through it, okay? I have went through the soul tie. I have went through being with the guy for so long, and being with them and being there for them to prove to them that I was there for them, only for them to choose somebody else. I have been in that, and it is not fun, but it had to happen, because had it not happened, I would have found myself still being involved with them, still being like have low self-esteem, and still hating myself, and just not being the true person that I was meant to be in this world. And I wouldn't have been able to share the light that I have now with people like y'all, okay? So I say this like from the bottom of my heart. If you are between the ages of 17, 16, if you're in your teens in general, don't worry about no boys, okay? Don't worry about no girls. Focus on you. Focus on like your life, your career, your friends. Well, career, but like if you got goals already, focus on those goals, because they'll take you a lot farther than the person you want to attempt to be with, especially if they're not good for you. That's a word, okay? That's a word. Y'all, this lash is looking crazy. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to like get the corner of it. I mean, it's gonna have to do today. I'm sorry. There you go. Oh Lord, this ain't. Oh God. Okay, but yeah. So that's my takeaway on that. Let's see if there are any other questions. I still gotta do my lip. How are y'all? Is this resonated with anybody? Has anyone ever experienced this? Yes, I'm using this thing. Oh my god. What's going on, Des? Des looking crazy. Des, why do you have this glue? Why are you doing this to your eye? I'm trying to look pretty, guys. I'm trying to do lashes. You see, and that's the thing, like everyone's like trying to get into these lashes and do all these nails, and I'm just like, my nails are going to break, and then I'm going to spend more money trying to fix the freaking nail when I could have just got them clear. That's why I only get clear nail polish. Y'all, I don't have the fancy nails. It's not for me. I've already said it. And then side note, I've worked. Y'all see this foolishness? Yes, this is the foolishness that I'm doing. Like, fun fact about me, I was in the orchestra for 10 years. So I've always had to cut my nails. So my nails are actually like very strong. Like, they're not weak nails. So I can't even get acrylics anyway. Like, I've trained my nails to be so strong. Like, look at this. Look how strong, like, that's strength nails, okay? I just cut them, so obviously they don't look like really good right now. But for the most part, like, I don't get my nails done. Because honestly, that's another expense that I can't really afford right now. I'm being real. I mean, if they want to pay for it, that's great. But I'll pay money on my feet, though. Sure would. Because my feet are needed more than my freaking hands. And even if I need my hands, like, I'm not going to pay extra money for acrylic when I'm going to pay extra to get them fixed. Like, because y'all know, it probably costs, like, that's probably how they get you. They'll get it looking all nice in the beginning. And then, excuse me, when you mess it up, you got to pay money to get it fixed. So you're going to pay money to get it done. You're going to pay money to get it fixed. You're going to pay money to get it filled and all that jazz. Pay money to get it taken off. It's all expensive. It's not in my budget. Not in my budget. But that's just me. I'm not putting that on y'all. I'm just saying this is what's happening to me. And then on top of that, like, because I am, like, I do more with my feet than my hands, but at the same time, when I do get my hands, like, done, like, my clumsy self gonna get them messed up. Not even acrylic. I'm just saying, just paint. They gonna get messed up. And then I still gotta pay money. And it's like, I paid all that money for them to get done, and then they get messed up. Like, what the heck? What the freaking heck? So, yeah, that's that on that. Oh, y'all, these lashes are just not. They look kind of nice, right? They look decent. Yeah. I'll take it. But yeah, all right. So yeah, so the date I'm going on now. I'm actually really excited. So we'll see how that goes. This is a different guy. I'm going on a date with, but he seems fairly nice. I've actually known him for a minute too, and yeah, if it works out and we end up getting married, I'll tell y'all about it. But right now, I'm gonna let y'all know I'm on a date, and that's all I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay, so I'll hold you to it. Now, you know, if this 5 years from now, and y'all watching this video, like, feel free to DM me, like, hey, how did that date go? Like, I will respond. I'll respond back. Like, you got my word. And if I don't respond back, like, send a clip of me saying that I'm gonna respond back, or like a screenshot of me. This is a screenshot. Okay, so that was a screenshot. So if I don't reply, send that screenshot of me. Be like, hey, you told me like you went on a date. How did it go? And then I'll reply back with how the answer went, because I don't know how it's gonna go. All right, let's see. Got my y'all, bruh. I'm gonna get it together, y'all. I'm getting it together. I promise. It's gonna look a little better. All right, so now we're on to the lip. Now let's see. What's another question I'm gonna ask him that I feel like is important? Let's see. Now, this question I got when I was listening to Woman Evolve. I listened to the Woman Evolve podcast, and it wasn't even something that she like. Sarah Jakes, if you listen, Woman Evolve podcast, it's everywhere, even on YouTube. So a question that she asked her husband, that I plan on asking the guy I'm dating, or I'm gonna go on a date with, is what's one of your greatest fears about us being together? Let's be real, because you know, when it comes to a relationship, it is terrifying to somebody who, especially guys that don't really want to commit. Like I have been with the guys that don't want to commit. I have been with them, and most times the guys that don't want to commit, they'll tell you up front they don't want to commit. But then myself and most females, they'll be like, oh, okay, knowing good and well that we trying to get them to commit, or we want to commit internally and aren't real with ourselves enough to really be like, you know what, you don't want to commit, let me go find somebody else who does. We settle. We got to stop doing that. If they say they don't want to commit and you want to commit, then don't be with somebody who don't want to commit. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste it. Like, that's valuable years. Oof. Don't do it. Okay, so that's another question. Like, what are your fears? So that way you kind of see where they are and what they want to do. What have they learned about themselves? What do they fear? You know? Like, see the vulnerability. Do they have vulnerability at all? Do they fear nothing? Oh, must be nice. I fear a lot. I'm terrified, low-key, of a relationship. But at the same time, I'm awesome. So I'm willing to work in a relationship to see where it goes. So this is Line and Load. This is a matte Line and Load. So like a matte thing. And then I also got some type of Wet n Wild, cruelty-free, so they say, cruelty-free Wet n Wild matte. And I put it together, giving an extra pop because I got big lips. So might as well use them, right? God bless me with some big lips. I might as well put them to the test. So at the end of the day, it's not really about like, it's everybody. I feel like everybody like that's either in a relationship or, you know, take it further to the next level. It is terrifying because it's the unknown, you know? But I feel like, you know, that's why I trust God, and trusting in the unknown, or trusting in God more so, like he can order my steps to help me, you know, give me discernment. And that's something that I pray that y'all have, or at least want to look for when it comes to self-love and self-awareness, like the power of discernment and wisdom. Like when I'm going out on dates, or when I'm just talking to God, I'm like, Lord, give me wisdom, give me the discernment to see what it is that I need to look at. That's what I prayed for when I saw the other guy that was messing up. I was like, Lord, give me discernment and help me to see what's really going on. And he showed me. And I said, oh, thank you, Lord. There it is. No need to associate with him no more. And that's that. So again, when you're being intentional and you know what you want, this is a glitter cake. I suggest everybody that's a female, they should get, or, you know, male, if you like lip gloss, Victoria's Secret or any type of glitter goes a long way. It really does. It really, really does. It goes a long way. Indeed. So again, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. No, I don't have a lip liner on. Anyway. So again, making sure that you have wisdom and discernment is also important, because you don't want to find yourself in a situation where, you didn't hear, or you weren't aware, or, were spiritually aware of what's going on, and then you find yourself like in a situation where, you don't want to be in, and that tends to happen. So being true to who you are, having the discernment and wisdom, and whatever you believe in, just having that like foresight, or just that, that vibe, that feeling, like make sure to acknowledge that feeling that you may have when you're talking to somebody or getting to know someone. Just like a vibe, like vibes are real. If they have a weird vibe, just that's why you got to date, a couple times to see. Like the last guy, we went on maybe like 2 or 3 dates, which was really cool. And that was for about a week. And then after that, he started being crazy. And I was like, oh, so you were just put on the front for a week? Now I see how you really are. Patience, time. How do they act? So don't rush into a relationship. Don't do it. Everyone that I knew told me don't rush into a relationship. And they're right. They're right. Because not only rushing to a relationship, like you lose sight of who you are. I, Desiree Jones, lost sight of who I was when I was chasing people that didn't really want me. And at the end of the day, nobody got hurt but me. And it was my fault. It really was. Because there was plenty of times where I could have walked away, but I didn't. And being self-aware and loving yourself is also acknowledging, your shortcomings, not with them, not with the person you're dating, but like acknowledging, like with yourself, like, Desiree, I should have walked away. You knew better, but you did not do better. That's what Sarah Jake says. You know better, but you don't do better. I had Eve moments, but at the same time, I also had moments where, I was young. I still am young, but like, I'm just saying this because you don't, like, learn from Des. Learn from me, okay? Learn to, if something doesn't sit right with you, it probably because it doesn't sit right with you. So that doesn't mean you got to sit there when it doesn't sit right with you. No, that's when you get up and you walk away fast. No questions asked. The person that was acting like that, he's blocked. We do not associate anymore. I don't care what business or whatever, blocked. You will not disrespect me like that. It's over. I'm good. I don't need you in my life. That's how it needs to be, okay? Is there anything else I need to add? Oh, last thing I want to add, and again, working on my confidence in myself, working on building my natural glow, my natural beauty from the inside out. It's about loving yourself from the inside out, not from the outside in, from the inside out, loving every part of your body, all the hair, everything. So I'm like picking my hair out a little bit. I'm trying to. This shrinkage is crazy, so I'm gonna see. But the last thing that I'm gonna ask them is, what are your expectations you have for your ideal partner? What are your expectations you have for your ideal partner? That's the last question I'm gonna ask them, because everybody's expectations may be different. What are you looking for? Like, what do you expect with the person you want to be with? Like, and again, that's a vague question, but you want to make sure it's vague enough for them to answer to their liking, And again, it's all about, you got to think about this. When you're in a relationship, it's not about it is about what you can do for them, but at the same time, what can they do for you? Like, how are they going to make you a better person? Like, are they going to make you feel good, or are they going to make you feel trash? Like, this is the stuff you got to look for and think about. So the last thing I'm going to add to myself is these earrings. So when I worked part-time at Home Depot, well, I transferred, but like the first Home Depot I worked at, lady named Monique, beautiful woman. She had some earrings on. They didn't look like this, but like they were this type of style. And of course it was like, African vibes. I was like, oh my God, I love this. And so she gave me a pair. So me coming into myself and understanding who I am, just being more comfortable in my skin, I feel like, you know what? I'm going on a date. I'm going to put on my best version of myself without having to, like, I'm going to put on the best version of myself. That's pretty much it. I want to be the best version of myself, and I'm going to show my personality and show my growth and show that I'm not uncomfortable showing you my natural hair because this is who I am. I'm not here to like impress you. I'm here to show you who I am. Now, I mean, I'll put on makeup because you know you gotta look attractive. You know, you gotta look nice still. But at the same time, okay. So why is this? It needs to go the other way. But at the same time, you know, you still gotta look nice, dress nice. Don't dress like you going to, you know, with a white. I remember I went on a date when I was in high school. A guy, he wore a wife beater. I was like, why you got a wife beater on? We going to the movies. What? Look nice. Image. How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is my look. I'm wearing a dress, y'all. It's really nice. It's like a long flowy dress. Black, you can never go wrong. So wish me luck. I hope this helped anybody that's planning on going on a date, or you know, is talking to anybody in their life, or you know, considering talking to somebody or going on dates. Just think about, you know, think about where you are in your life. Think about, be intentional with what you want with your life, and be intentional with what you want with somebody. And you know, I believe in being direct. Okay, this is what I want, this is what I'm expecting, or this is what, you know, I feel like is important to me, and see how they respond. And if they respond to your liking, go on more dates. If they don't respond to your liking, on to the next. Well, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, The Book of Des, the journey of self-love, business, and creativity. This is more about the self-love aspect. I'll create more videos about self-love, business, and creativity. If you want, I got another video about business. I went to the Bahamas for my business. So I'm a traveling videographer, so I ended up shooting in the Bahamas. Like I have business in the Bahamas, part 1, part 2. So check those out if you want to. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM. Also, my parents have been married for, they're going on 24 years. They're going on 24 years. Next year will be 25. Whew. So that's a whole nother conversation to talk about. But I have seen that love. I've seen that before, and I know there's a lot of people that haven't seen that, and that's another thing I have to understand, that you know, people's perceptions of life is different based off of how they were raised too. So you know, that's another conversation to talk about. But at the same time, just know it doesn't matter what your background is or where like any situation, everyone has a choice. Everyone has a choice. You can choose to go the same route you were raised, or you can choose to make the effort to be different. And of course, going into a different direction is definitely harder. But if you choose to go to the direction that you feel like is best for you, that helps you to progress, then be comfortable with that and know that, you know, it takes a lot more work, but it will all be worth it. Okay. So y'all have a great day. Wish me luck on my date. All right, bye.